It's Saturday, April 8th, 2023. Wanted to make this video today and just wanted to share a few articles with you. I wanted to share a couple videos I watched last night and just what I see happening. And please feel free to comment down below. Also, make sure you like this video, make sure you share it, and make sure you subscribe to this channel. But I was last night just chilling out, and I was watching a 60 Minutes video on YouTube. The show is 60 Minutes, and this came out about 2 weeks ago, and it was filmed in Australia, and they were interviewing young people in Australia, college age, and the credit card addiction that is taking place in Australia with their younger population, and the amount of debt that these kids are acquiring, many while they're going to school acquiring student loan debt, while they're acquiring billions of dollars of credit card debt. And there really is no difference right here in America. This is exactly what is happening right here. But it was just showing young people absolutely out of control with credit cards. One young woman, 22 cents in the bank, went out and bought a BMW, financing it for God knows how many years. But it was just showing that people are living for today. And there's really no age restriction here, because we have people much older in this country spending like there's no tomorrow. People with absolutely no money buying $100,000 cars, people going out on shopping sprees, people taking vacations they can't afford, people eating at restaurants that they can't afford to eat at. People are going to live for today. They're not worried about tomorrow. They're not preparing for what's coming tomorrow. And what's sad is, and again, this is what's happening there is happening right here in the US. People running up this debt, and they think it's funny. Well, I'll just file bankruptcy. You know, I'll worry about it later. This is just part of life. Debt is part of life. This is just going to motivate me to work harder. And everybody has an excuse. And it's just like Mike Tyson says, everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. These people are playing with fire, whether it's in Australia or it's right here in the US. This is the same exact thing that's happening right here. People spending money they don't have, people living way beyond their means, people thinking this is all game, it's just a joke, I'll just file bankruptcy, it's no big deal, and I'll start all over again. People don't realize what we are heading into. We are heading into a very, very dark economic abyss. And as we head into this abyss, people are not prepared. Whether you're in college and running up debt, whether you're 50 years old, 60 years old, 70 years old running up debt, you do not want to be doing this as we head into this economic abyss. People are so, see, this is the concern. People are so unprepared for a downturn. They have no idea. They're so unprepared for what is about to happen. They're living like there's no tomorrow. They're living for today. They don't care about the consequences tomorrow. They ignore reality. They're ignoring the warning signs of an economic downturn. And unfortunately, many, many young people, maybe people who didn't go through 2008, don't realize the severity of this. And what's even more shocking is people that did go through 2008 are repeating the same mistakes, doing exactly what they did in 2008, running up debt, buying houses they can't afford, driving cars they can't afford, as we are getting ready for a major downturn here. And these people are much older now. The ones that experienced 2008 the first time, they're much older now. They're going to have a very, very hard time recovering from the ashes when this thing implodes. So again, I don't know what these people are going to do during a collapse. They're completely unprepared. It's not funny, ladies and gentlemen. And these people, I promise you, will not be laughing when it happens. These will be the people knocking at your door for help. These will be the people who are going to be the most dangerous, because they're the most unprepared. Remember, the most unprepared people will become the most dangerous people, because they will be the most hungry people. I watched another video this morning, It was Dave Ramsey on YouTube. And I know a lot of people don't like Dave Ramsey. A lot of people do like Dave Ramsey. I don't have anything against Dave Ramsey. I agree with 90+% of the things he says. He's wrong about the housing market. He's wrong about gold. He will be proven wrong. But a caller called his show, and as I'm listening to this morning, I almost fell out of my chair. Her and her husband make a decent amount of money, but absolutely have no money in the bank, no money in the mattress, no money in the cash reserve, nothing. She claimed that her and her husband made about $200,000 a year, but their house payment is nearly $10,000 a month. They have a couple kids, and they took a first, a second, and then they borrowed money from friends to buy this house. So every month they owe $9,600 between the first, the second, and the friends. So I don't know how you can make $200,000 a year and have to have a first, second, and a loan from your friends to buy a house. But this is, I mean, absolutely shocking when we see the amount of debt out there and how people are living their lives day to day. I mean, personally, I could not sleep at night if I had a $10,000 a month house payment and that I was obligated for, she said, 7 years at $2,500 a month to their friends. I have no idea how people can sleep at night, but this is the carelessness, the irresponsibility that is going on out there. And of course, people bought at the worst possible time. They bought a house a year ago with all of the FOMO, overpriced, overvalued, overpaid, and they just had to have, their $1 million house. And so many people are going to regret that they bought a house in the last couple years. So many people are going to lose their homes that bought homes in the last couple years. They overpaid. These homes were overvalued. They got suckered into the FOMO, and eventually they're going to lose. And as soon as the spouse loses a job, the husband or the wife, it's over, because it takes two incomes to afford this, and they are paycheck to paycheck. It's incredible. The danger that people are putting themselves in. I've never seen anything like this. It's just unbelievable how people just take these chances. They are playing with fire. They're playing Russian roulette, and they just, when they made these purchases with the big cars, the big houses, they just didn't see any risk. They just believe that everything's going to be teddy bears, rainbows, and sunshine every day for the next decade, and they're completely wrong. We are heading into the worst economic downturn the globe has ever seen. This is going to be global. It's going to be a global depression. When you have over $300 trillion of global debt, this only ends one way, and it ends bad. The Hedge today. On the edge of a credit crunch, February saw slowest credit card growth in 2 years. It says here, because of the recent bank runs, countless regional banks will force small and mid-sized banks to further tighten lending standards as they enter survival mode and hunker down, effectively grinding all new loan issuance to a halt and sending the U.S. economy into a tailspin. So it's going to get much more difficult to borrow money. Those credit lines are going to be shrinking. People that are applying for credit cards going to get denied. People's credit cards are going to get cut. Those credit lines are going to get cut. If you have a $10,000 line of credit, it's not going to be a shock that your bank sends you a letter and says you have 5. If you have 5, it's not going to be a shock if your bank says you now have 25. Or banks just start shutting down lines of credit. They're in big trouble, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, 70% of the U.S. GDP comes from consumption, the bulk driver from new credit creation. So if people aren't getting those credit cards, if those credit lines get cut, this is going to affect the entire economy. This affects that 70% of GDP, which is consumption. Consume, consume, consume. If people can't consume, then our GDP is going to shrink. The economy comes to a standstill. This is where we're at today, ladies and gentlemen. This whole thing is revolving around credit. It's revolving around people spending money they don't have. And get ready, it is now time to pay the piper. So why is this a problem? Well, because banks with less than $250 billion in assets are responsible for roughly, get this, 50% of U.S. commercial and industrial lending, 60% of residential and real estate lending, 80% of commercial real estate lending, and 45% of consumer lending. This is going to get real bad. Everyone living today, take a look. Everyone's living in a $500,000 house, 2 cars in the garage, $100,000 right there. People are absolutely swimming in debt right now, and they are completely unprepared for a downturn. This debt is going to just bring people to the bottom. It's going to bring people to their knees. It is going to be absolutely catastrophic to the average person, the average household. This is why I've been making these videos for 5 years. Don't get yourself into debt. Avoid debt at all costs. Right now, if you can't pay it off, get it manageable. Do not take on any more debt. If you don't have debt, don't take any on right now. This is the worst possible time. This is what is going to be the killer to so many people. It's going to be debt. And this is going to be a very, very rough time in our history. Yahoo Finance. U.S. bank lending slumps by most on record in final weeks of March. Commercial bank lending dropped nearly $105 billion in 2 weeks, and that ending March 29th. This due to the drop in loans by these small banks. The banking problem is not over, ladies and gentlemen. Now these smaller banks are on life support, and we're going to see more banks fail without a doubt. Here's another one from CNBC. Job growth totals 236,000 in March, near expectations as hiring pace slows. We talked about this yesterday, but let's talk a little bit more in depth about where these jobs were. Well, no surprise, leisure and hospitality added 72,000 jobs. These are part-time jobs. Most of these jobs have no benefits, no opportunity to move up the ladder. Next in line was healthcare and social assistance. This added almost 51,000 jobs. Most of these jobs also part-time, not high-paying jobs. And of course, government jobs. We added 47,000 more government jobs, just what we needed. But here's some bad news. Manufacturing, we lost 1,000. Construction, we lost 9,000. Retail trade, we lost 14.6 thousand. So we're losing the jobs that we need to really be adding, and we're adding more of these leisure and hospitality jobs, more government jobs, more healthcare and social assistance jobs, more of these low-paying part-time jobs. Don't you think we have enough government jobs at this point, but we keep adding those? The hedge today, mass automation to sweep across Walmart stores by 2026. We're going to continue to lose more jobs due to the economy and due to AI. Walmart, this is amazing. Walmart in the U.S. Employs 1.6 million jobs. And Walmart believes that roughly 65% of their stores will be serviced by AI in just a few years. 55% of their fulfillment center volume will move through automated facilities. So we're going to see in the next 3 to 5 years, hundreds of millions of people across the globe lose their jobs to AI. So get good at something, ladies and gentlemen. Get good at something. Have multiple skill sets because AI is going to be replacing a lot of jobs on the assembly line, in the warehouses. These jobs are on borrowed time. So learn how to do things. Here's another one from The Sun. Holy hamburger. I may have found the most expensive McDonald's value meal in the country. Here's the proof. This was on a TikTok video. A Connecticut McDonald's. $16.89 for a Big Mac combo. If you want a quarter pounder combo, it was $18.29. This is almost makes me speechless. I mean, it is becoming a luxury now just to go out to lunch or dinner. It's going to become a luxury just to go to McDonald's, I guess, when you're paying nearly $20 for a fast food combo. And prices are only going to go up. I don't know how people are doing it right now. If you do, please comment down below. I would say they're using a lot of credit cards to go out to eat, to put gas in the car, pay for the essentials. But this is coming to a McDonald's near you. Prices are just going to continue to go up. You know, if you look at like some of the higher end burger joints, like Five Guys, I've never been there. I can't justify paying that for a hamburger. But you go to a Five Guys, you literally could have went to just a few years ago for what you're paying for Five Guys. You could have went and you could have went to a Morton's, or you could have went to a high-end steakhouse for what you're paying now to go to a hamburger joint. That's what's happening. I look back what food cost 10, 20 years ago compared to what it is today. It's just absolutely shocking. Just going back a few years ago. And I don't know about you, I don't see food prices coming down. If you do, please comment down below. But I was just at the grocery store last week, and I don't see anything coming down. In fact, food prices are just going up. And now get ready, because oil prices are going up. We're going to pay more for everything on the shelves at the grocery store, for services. Everything is going to go up now because oil prices are getting ready to move way up. The hedge, small bank deposits plunged $275 billion in March. Again, just more bad news. So we have people buying BMWs with 22 cents in the bank. We have people living for today, not preparing for what's coming. And again, these will be the most dangerous people that you're going to have to deal with. These are the people that are going to come to your house. These are going to be the people that are going to want your food. They're going to want your help. These are the people who still ignore what is happening because they just want to have a good time. They just want to go out to dinner. They just want to go on vacation. They just want to drive a nice car. They don't care how they do it. They're going to continue to spend money that they don't have. And this is going to continue to hurt this country. And we're going to see more and more people who are going to need a bailout, who are going to need more free food, who are going to need more services. This is going to continue to drain the system. So you need to get out of the system the best that you can, have your own food, your own water, your own security, your own money. You need to be getting out of the system the best that you can, because these people who keep draining the system are going to be the ones completely dependent on the system to protect them, to feed them. And the system is overheating. The system is in overdrive right now, and the system is going to break. And if you're relying on the system, know this: the system is not going to help you. The system is going to burn down. It is overheating right now. And at some point, the system is going to say, look, we no longer can send you money. We no longer can send you food. We no longer can protect you. The system is burning down, ladies and gentlemen. So you need to know this as we head into this beautiful weekend. You are on your own. Be as self-sufficient and self-reliant as you can right now. You're going to be way better off for it. You will sleep better at night. Get as debt-free as you can right now. Take on an extra job. Take on a side hustle. Get the debts paid off. Put some capital away. Protect yourself mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially. It is absolutely shocking to just watch these people laugh at what is happening right now, laughing while they spend money they don't have, laughing in the face of the worst economic collapse that we're seeing take place right now. They're laughing. I promise you this, very, very soon, nobody's going to be laughing. And there were people laughing a year ago watching these videos. They're not laughing now. Many of these people don't have a job. Many of these people already had their car repoed. Many of these people are already getting very, very scared about what is taking place, and they have nothing. They have no skills. They have no money. They have no assets. They have no way to protect themselves. And a year ago, they laughed. Some of them are probably homeless right now. The same people that laughed a year ago at those homeless videos that we were shooting and judging those people, well, now some of those people are homeless. Some of those people were forced to move back in with their families if they were lucky. This is nothing to laugh about, ladies and gentlemen. Take this very, very seriously. We're going to see things in this country, right here in the good old USA, that we never thought humanly possible. This country is going to begin to see things like the people in Venezuela have been seeing for years. Get ready. Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a very, very bumpy ride.